A fresh morning to all of you, grade 5. Today we are going to continue our lesson about meteors, meteorites, comets, and the moons. Today we are going to discuss comets. In order to understand comets, first I need you to open your book, okay? Page 293. First, we should know what are comets. Comets are frozen rocks, gases, and dust that revolve around the sun. But most of comets found behind Neptune, okay, and they are revolve. Comets can revolve around the sun in a very elongated elliptical paths or orbits. Comets are made up when they become near to or approach to the sun, they start to sublimate or melt. They change from solid to gas. So they are going to form a head that contains the nucleus of the comet itself and a long tail. Okay, so comets made up of rocks. Sometimes some of these rocks can hit the Earth's atmosphere to form meteors, and sometimes this comet succeeded to revolve around the sun if it's far enough to complete a rotation or a revolution and do a revolution again around the sun in next year or according to its path. So comets, they are sometimes forming meteors when they falls strike the Earth's surface, and if a piece of this meteor strikes the surface of Earth, it will form a meteorite. To a more understanding for comets, we are going to see this video about comets.
Born in the dark outer reaches of our solar system, comets are lonely wanderers. For thousands of years, comets have drawn the attention of philosophers and astronomers. Many ancient peoples from cultures all over the world believed that comets were a sign, either of good fortune or disaster. Comets were thought to be fireballs or hairy stars traveling through the upper atmosphere. That is where they got their name. The word comet comes from a Greek word meaning wearing long hair, referring to their long, bright tails. It was Isaac Newton who described comets as solid bodies with thin tails of vapor heated by the sun, a description supported by modern astronomical observations. Comets are similar to asteroids, but unlike asteroids, which are mostly rock and metal with small amounts of ice, comets are made of ice, dust, and frozen gases. Because of this, comets are often called dirty snowballs. While out in deep space, they are unremarkable lumps of ice and rock, but as they enter the inner solar system and come closer to the sun, they begin to heat up. The comet's ice begins to sublimate, or turn directly into gas. This gas creates a cloud around the comet, making it seem fuzzy. There are three main parts of a comet: the nucleus, or solid central structure made of rock, dust, and ice; the coma, or dust and gas forming a thin atmosphere around the nucleus; and the tails. Comets generally have two different tails. One is made of gases, the other is made of dust. These two tails usually point in different directions. The gas tail is blown directly away from the sun by the solar wind. No matter which way the comet is traveling, this gas tail will be pointing away from the sun. The second tail is made of the dust released by the comet. The dust tail usually points back along the comet's path. A comet's tail may stretch as far as 6 million miles or 10 million kilometers long. The orbit of a comet is usually elliptical or oval in shape and may have a length of only a few years or as many as millions of years. Comets may be classified by the length of their orbits. Periodic or short-period comets are comets that orbit the sun in less than 200 years. Comets with orbits of 200 years to 1,000 years in length are called long-term comets. And comets that take more than 1,000 years to orbit the Sun are called near-parabolic comets. Some comets, called hyperbolic comets, pass by only once and then exit the solar system. Comets that pass extremely close to the Sun are called sun-grazing comets. Some large sun grazers survive to go around the Sun over and over again. Other comets travel so close to the Sun that they evaporate or break into fragments and are destroyed. Comets are believed to come from two places on the outskirts of the solar system: the Kuiper Belt, a region past Neptune filled with asteroids, dwarf planets, comets, and more, and the Oort cloud, a sphere of icy leftovers from the creation of the solar system, nearly a light year away from the Sun. Scientists believe that short-period comets come from the Kuiper Belt, and long-period comets come from the Oort cloud. Because these comets are made of ancient material and come from so far away, astronomers love to study them as they come near. In the past, comets could only be studied through ground-based telescopes, but over the last 30 years, spacecraft and probes have been used to visit and observe comets. In 2014, the European Space Agency's Rosetta space probe successfully landed on the surface of a comet, the first time this had ever been accomplished. Still, even seen from Earth, comets can be spectacular to behold. Probably the most famous comet in history is Halley's Comet. Halley's Comet is named after Edmund Halley, who realized that the three bright comets seen in 1531, 1607, and 1682 were actually the same comet returning over and over, and successfully predicted that it would be seen again in 1759. Halley's Comet comes back every 75 years and last appeared in 1986, meaning it won't return until 2061. In the meantime, comets that are visible to the naked eye pass close enough to see from Earth roughly once a year, although not many of them are bright enough that they are easy to see. If you see something that looks like a fuzzy star with a trailing tail that is visible for a few nights in a row, you're probably looking at a comet. I hope you enjoyed learning about comets today. Goodbye till next time.
And now returning to our book to solve the question about comets, I'm going to share you the book itself. Yes, now. So the question is, what causes a meteor shower? Do you remember that? So, possible answer, Earth passes through the orbit of a comet. When a comet is passing near Earth, we say the comet is made up of rocks and dust and gases. So the word rocks means many or thousands of rocks. What happened of many or thousands of these rocks attracted by Earth gravity? So they are going to enter the Earth atmosphere. While they are falling, we give each one as a shooting star. They are going to, like, because of their numbers, they are going to appear like a shower of meteors. So pass through the orbit of a comet, those species of the comets become meteors. When they collide with Earth's atmosphere, this is causing shower of meteors. So I hope you understand comets today. I hope you solve your homework. You go to personal line, find your homework and solve it. Enjoy your staying at home. Be safe. Thank you and goodbye to all of you grade 5.